This charming photograph, captured in New York City in November 1942, shows Miss Beth Pitt casually walking her pet fawn, affectionately named Star Message, through the bustling streets of Midtown. At first glance, it feels almost surreal. Amid the chaos of World War II, when newspapers were filled with grim headlines, this gentle scene offered a rare glimpse of innocence and serenity. While most city dwellers were accustomed to dogs on leashes, a graceful fawn strolling alongside its owner must have turned every head. Pets like these were a symbol of companionship during uncertain times, a small reminder that life and tenderness persisted despite global turmoil. This moment isn't just whimsical. It's a snapshot of resilience, of finding beauty and joy when the world seemed overshadowed by darkness. A quiet story of hope, hidden in the heart of New York. This striking image captures Simone Seguin, a courageous young woman who became a symbol of the French resistance during World War II. Born in 1925, Simone joined the fight against Nazi occupation as a teenager, adopting the code name Nicole Minet. In this photo, taken in 1944, she stands armed with a submachine gun on the streets of Paris during the city's liberation. Her bravery was legendary, participating in sabotage missions, capturing German soldiers, and risking her life for freedom. For many, Simone represented defiance and hope in a time of oppression, proving that resistance knew no gender. Decades later, she was honored as a national hero, but this candid moment remains one of the most iconic images of female resilience during the war. A powerful reminder: ordinary people can rise to extraordinary acts when history demands it. This historic photograph shows Laika, the small stray dog who became the first living creature to orbit Earth. In 1957, during the height of the space race, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 2, carrying Laika on a one-way mission into space. Her journey marked a monumental step for humanity, proving that life could survive in orbit and paving the way for human spaceflight. But behind the glory was a heartbreaking truth: Laika would not return. With limited technology at the time, her sacrifice was inevitable. For many, this moment is both inspiring and tragic, a symbol of scientific progress intertwined with the cost of exploration. Today, Laika is remembered not just as a test subject, but as a pioneer who made history beyond our planet. Her story reminds us how ambition can change the world and the lives it touches. This rare photo from 1899 captures a seemingly ordinary classroom in Austria, but hidden among these young faces is a boy who would one day plunge the world into chaos. Sitting quietly, Adolf Hitler was just 10 years old when this picture was taken. At this age, he dreamed not of power, but of becoming an artist. He loved drawing and music, and his teachers considered him intelligent but rebellious. Little did anyone know that decades later, this same boy would ignite the deadliest conflict in human history. This haunting image reminds us of an unsettling truth. Even the most infamous figures once looked innocent, blending into the crowd. History has a way of hiding its future in plain sight. This glamorous woman wasn't just a Hollywood icon. She helped invent the technology behind Wi-Fi. Meet Hedy Lamarr. Known as one of the most beautiful actresses of the 1940s, she secretly worked on groundbreaking science during World War II. Alongside composer George Antheil, Lamarr developed a frequency-hopping system designed to protect Allied torpedoes from being jammed by enemies. Her invention laid the foundation for technologies like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS. So next time you connect to the internet, remember, you owe a little thanks to this brilliant mind who was far more than just a pretty face. Captured in 1932, this rare photo shows women inside a prison learning to shoot. During this era, firearms training for female inmates was highly unusual, but it served a purpose: teaching discipline and preparing some women for self-defense upon release. The 1930s were a turbulent time, marked by rising crime rates during the Great Depression, and rehabilitation programs often experimented with bold ideas. This haunting image reminds us of a forgotten chapter in correctional history, where even behind bars, survival skills were considered essential. This fascinating photo from 1890 captures Stockholm's Telefontornet, a massive telephone tower that connected more than 5,000 lines across the city. Before underground cables became common, these towering structures formed the backbone of early telecommunications. Each wire represented a household or business connected to a revolutionary technology, the telephone, transforming communication forever. It's a striking reminder of how innovation once looked chaotic, yet laid the foundation for the interconnected world we live in today. This haunting photo from 1909 captures a young girl standing alone in a textile mill in the United States, a stark reminder of the harsh realities of child labor during the Industrial Revolution. At just 10 or 12 years old, children like her worked 12-hour shifts surrounded by dangerous machinery, inhaling cotton dust, with little hope for education or a better future. They weren't just helping families. They were fueling America's growing economy at a heartbreaking cost. This image, taken by reformer Lewis Hine, helped expose these conditions and sparked major labor reforms. Behind her tired eyes lies a silent plea for justice, one that changed history forever. This powerful image shows the aftermath of December 7th, 1941, the day that changed history forever. In just under 2 hours, Japanese forces launched a devastating surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, sinking battleships, destroying aircraft, and killing more than 2,400 Americans. The harbor, once calm, became a sea of smoke, fire, and chaos. For millions, this photo symbolizes the shock and vulnerability that gripped the United States that morning. But from this tragedy came resolve. The attack thrust America into World War II, igniting a wave of unity and determination that would shape the course of the 20th century. Every detail in this photo whispers the same truth: peace can shatter in an instant. Captured in May 1945, this powerful image shows Private John L. Drugan and his loyal companion, a war dog, during the final months of World War II. In the chaos of battle, dogs weren't just pets, they were lifesavers. They detected mines, carried messages, and gave soldiers a reason to hope when the world seemed to fall apart. Look closely at the soldier's eyes, worn, determined, and at the dog's alert, loyal gaze. This bond was forged in fire, where trust meant survival. It reminds us that even in the darkest moments of history, loyalty and companionship can shine through. This isn't just a photo, it's a testament to courage, human and animal alike. This isn't just a truck, it's a time machine to 1912, when Kodak revolutionized photography. What you see is a massive promotional vehicle shaped like an enormous camera, rolling through city streets to spark curiosity and excitement about capturing memories. Imagine the impact back then. Most people had never seen a portable camera, and Kodak's slogan promised something magical: the ability to save your happy memories. Before smartphones and digital images, photography was an event, a luxury. This truck symbolized a future where photos would become part of everyday life. It's more than an advertisement. It's the beginning of a cultural shift, turning moments into history, one snapshot at a time. This powerful photograph shows Belgian women working in a coal mine during the early 1900s, a time when industrial demand left no room for gender roles. These women weren't just laborers, they were survivors, enduring brutal conditions, long hours, and meager pay. Imagine the physical strain, hauling heavy baskets of coal, breathing toxic dust, and facing constant danger of cave-ins. Their resilience is etched in their expressions, half defiance, half exhaustion. They symbolize an era when women stepped into roles society never intended for them, often at great personal cost. This image is more than history. It's a reminder of the strength, endurance, and sacrifice that built the modern world. This iconic image captures Queen Elizabeth II on June 2, 1953, waving to the crowd from Buckingham Palace after her coronation. At just 27 years old, she had become the youngest British monarch in over a century. The dazzling crown on her head, the St. Edward's crown, symbolizes power and continuity, but behind the grandeur lay immense responsibility. The world was emerging from the devastation of World War II, and the British Empire was shrinking rapidly. Elizabeth's reign would redefine monarchy for the modern era. This photo marks the beginning of a historic journey that would span 7 decades, making her one of the most enduring and influential monarchs in history. In this powerful image, 2 young boys sit quietly, their faces marked by a haunting innocence that war could never erase. On their arms are the tattooed numbers from Auschwitz, the ultimate symbol of humanity's darkest chapter. These children, Holocaust survivors, had endured horrors no one their age should ever face. Their families, homes, and childhoods were stolen, yet here they are, alive, aboard the ship Mataroa, arriving at Haifa port in 1945. The numbers on their arms tell a story of suffering, but their eyes speak of resilience. This photograph is more than a memory. It's a warning to the world. Never forget, never allow history to repeat itself. This photo captures a slice of everyday life in Mexico around 1945. A group of men, dressed in classic mid-20th century fashion, gathers around a small street stand. Behind the counter, a man with a friendly smile serves tacos de cochinita, a traditional delicacy that has delighted generations. Notice the elegance of the vendor, shirt, tie, and sleeves rolled up, embodying the pride of a working man. The handwritten sign and rustic setup remind us of a time when food was not just a product, but an experience shared face-to-face. This image is more than a taco stand. It's a glimpse into culture, resilience, and the enduring charm of Mexico's culinary traditions. Meet Sergeant Stubby, one of the most legendary dogs in U.S. military history. During World War I, this brave Boston Terrier served on the front lines with the 102nd Infantry Regiment. Stubby warned soldiers of incoming gas attacks, located wounded men on the battlefield, and even captured a German spy. His loyalty and courage earned him the rank of sergeant, the only dog in history to achieve such a title. Beyond his heroics, Stubby brought comfort and hope to troops during the darkest days of war. This image is more than a photograph. It's a tribute to a 4-legged hero whose bravery proved that courage knows no species. This haunting photograph captures the aftermath of the Decena Tragica, the 10 Tragic Days, a violent coup in Mexico City in February 1913. For 10 days, rebel forces and government troops clashed in brutal street battles, leaving the city in chaos. Hundreds of civilians were caught in the crossfire, and the capital's streets became scenes of unimaginable horror. The conflict culminated in the assassination of President Francisco I. Madero and Vice President José María Pino Suárez, marking one of the darkest episodes of the Mexican Revolution. This image, showing lifeless bodies lying on the pavement, is a stark reminder of the human cost of political ambition and civil strife. In 1975, technology met fashion in a groundbreaking way. The world's first calculator watch was born. Created by Pulsar, this futuristic gadget combined the precision of a digital watch with the power of a calculator, something revolutionary at the time. Imagine wearing a piece of technology on your wrist that could perform math instantly, decades before smartphones existed. Its sleek design, LED display, and tiny buttons made it a symbol of status and innovation during the digital age boom. This wasn't just a watch. It was a glimpse into the future, a device that merged style and functionality, shaping the path for smartwatches we know today. In the 1940s, before supermarkets and home refrigeration became common, milk delivery was an essential service. This photograph from Mexico captures a time when milkmen traveled through neighborhoods in sturdy trucks, carrying large metal containers filled with fresh milk. Every morning, families would wait with pitchers or glass bottles to get their daily supply. It wasn't just a job, it was a trusted service, a personal connection between the milkman and the community. These daily deliveries were vital for nutrition and family life. Looking back, this image reminds us how something as simple as a glass of milk was once a product of hard work and human dedication.